Right, okay. This is just the warm-up, so we should be fine. By the way, so wait, Disturbia, do you have like a preferred name now or something in this game?
People can still call me Disturbia. I have no preference. It's fine.
Alright, that's cool, fairs. Which one of us should introduce the stream when we start?
I'm gonna guess it started right now. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna verify. But if not, yeah, you can start the stream for the intro. Oh, already started here. So far a cool song. But yeah, what can I say? Funny intro for the tournament, but well, hello everybody. This is currently a warm-up that you're watching, and seeing a 10k warm-up is actually very interesting for now. I think we're gonna have a second warm-up, and meanwhile, I say you can introduce yourself as well, my friend.
Hello everyone, my name is Epic Man 2. Glad to be here. This is the first match that I'm properly commentating in this tournament now that we're making a start with the round of 24 bracket here. Going off with a bang with the warm-ups. I think this is the first one, the perfect girl by Signair. It's like some cool. It looks to be some sort of coordination-oriented 5-key map. No, 10-key map. Yeah. Oh god.
It's fine.
The skin.
Yeah, definitely 10k. But yeah, I guess sometimes you can say it could be a sort of like 5k, considering the way the rhythms can be placed in each 5 columns, let's say. But yeah, seeing the patterns, this is very 10k.
Yeah.
So a lot of elements.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. So I was like caught off at first because of the fact that it's using the default skin instead of I don't know what I was expecting it to use the regular skin that was made for this tournament, but maybe it'll put on that clove like in just a bit, like maybe as soon as we get a start with the actual map pool itself. So looks like the map is over, so I believe that was actually the first warm-up, so...
Yeah, let's see, maybe the chat. Okay, so I'm gonna suppose he's configuring the skin, is what I suppose.
Should be.
Yes, indeed.
Hell yeah.
Love to see this. Live on stream, we're catching up the settings for the skin, so... No, it's going to be more readable, definitively. Yeah. And it's gonna sound so dumb, because, I mean, I know people hate the default skin for Oceania, but because I recently started playing 2DX, I just realized it's a sort of like skin based off 2DX. I just realized that. Okay, I love the song, by the way.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Oh wait, okay, that's the warm-up from Baguette2Pain. I just saw the mapper because when I heard the song, I'm like, that could be the warm-up from Draven, but no, this is the one from Baguette2Pain. And let's see, is this again going to be 10k? Let's find out.
Yeah, this is a 10k map from what it looks like, so
Oh yeah, the difficulty name says it all.
Yeah, indeed. It looks to be another LN map as well. This one, 2 minutes long!
Oh, man.
We just fall in versus 10k. What is that?
Okay, I love this map already. I think this is like reverse 10k. So you're holding the notes and you have to release as if it's to press a note. This is such a fun concept.
Oh man.
Nice. Some shield patterns as well.
Yeah.
Man. Oh wait, that's German, I think. Yeah, that's a German song.
Yeah,
I heard Eins, zwei, drei. That's all.
Yeah, this is definitely quite a warm up. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say here. It's really just both Draven and Baguette2Pain just going through this Ellen wall in 10k, and it looks to be relatively light. It's really just the challenge of, like, I don't know, using literally all of your fingers to, like, just hold down the keyboard, and we can definitely see that both players are basically just dropping under the A rank mark just because of the patterns alone being a bit odd for 10k circumstances.
Man, love this concept of the map, honestly. That's really, really fun to watch. I don't think I've ever seen such kind of map before. Honestly, if we had more kind of maps like this on, like, real mania pools, that could be actually interesting by testing how well people can, like, release and then go back to the LNs. That could be interesting as a kind of map.
Yeah, potentially. I feel like at that point it might be a matter of, like, maybe having more tournaments, like, in demand for 10k because of how, like, because of the fact that, especially in the mania community, there really isn't, like, so many tournaments that within the demographic is mainly just 4k and 7k, for example. We don't really see, like, many, like, concepts that use anti-meta keys, but besides that, it seems like Baguette2Pain is going to be rolling in 93 with Draven rolling 6, so Baguette2Pain up to pick first in what to ban, from what it looks like.
Yeah. Right, so Draven is going to be the first one to ban. Baguette2Pain is going to be instead the first to pick.
That's fair.
Let's see. Alright, the ban is going to go for the 10k LN. Yeah. I'm not going to blame him, especially considering the kind of warm-up we've seen.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah, I think Eureka in general, or at least, like, any of the LNs from, like, the higher keys are just, like, really hard in general. So, well, it seems like Baguette2Pain is going to counter-pick as well, going to be banning out Zagalta as well. So, one LN and one Rice have been banned, so now it is down to Baguette to make a start with the match here. Oh wait, no, Draven has a second ban. What the heck?
Okay, so let me see. So the 7k Rice was banned as well.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think I understand. I'm not sure if I remember Baguette2Pain being like a 4k main, but I guess I could see why. So the second ban from Draven is going to be the 9k Rice.
Okay, so that's Nemri Nime oh no Yowaiju, however you say that. I can't see from here because I am looking at this from, like, 10 miles away. Reads, I guess?
That's fair, that's fair. I'm not gonna lie, I'm with the laptop, so that's Nemri Nime no Vowaiju.
Yeah, Vowaiju, yeah.
Vowaiju? What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, that's a funny word.
It's a foreign word, that's all I know.
Yeah. And the other one is going to be the 8k LN being banned. Yeah. This is really interesting. So each player banned one Rice and one LN. Mostly from the 7k up to 10k.
Yeah, and especially with...
Pick? Okay. First pick is going to be 10k.
Yeah, that seems fair. So yeah, Baguette2Pain banning out 1, 2, 3, 4, making it 0 with that one, and going to be picking out the 10k Rice map to start things off. A best of 9 match format. Whoever wins these 5 points and makes it first to this is going to advance to the round of 16 map bracket next weekend or so. So yeah, Baguette2Pain going to be starting out with Polar 240. This is rather straightforward. This is like just mainly streams, index streams on 10K or so.
Yeah, I can see that also, considering the BPM of the map as well being 240. I think that's what you would expect. Alright, we're about to start the match. Good luck to both players. May the best win.
Absolutely, and so far we see a bit of an early start from Draven, who has the upper hand by a few hundred points, just making it through the first 8 without much issue. Baguette does take the lead by just a few hundred as well, going off of some minor misjudgments on the side of Draven. However, the lead on both of these players' sides does not seem very balanced at all. It just seems like, oh, Draven takes the first drop vote. That's going to give Baguette2Pain the upper hand for just a bit, bringing them over the 10,000 point mark from what I can see. Kind of blending in over the white background at the very back, but yep, and it seems like the score lead is only increasing just a bit further, eating off of that one miss, and there goes another miss from the side of Draven, and another that is going to basically solidify Baguette2Pain's lead for the time being.
Yeah, and this is very scary. Not only is the map short, you can see that the score was increasing very high, so like the half of the map is not going to have much nodes. As we can see, it's mostly going to be single nodes as compared to a lot of doubles before. Okay, we're getting into the stairs here. But yeah, there's already a good advantage for Baguette2Pain, not only in terms of like accuracy, but also the miss count, because he has not missed. We're talking about a full combo from Baguette2Pain so far, and I think we're reaching the end, yeah?
Yeah, indeed. Especially when it comes to these kinds of maps where it's more straightforward and like light when it comes to the key mode. I think the main thing here for a format like this, where there is just multiple key modes and just the same map pool, is to at least maintain like some sort of consistency. So like, say for example, you can have the upper hand in accuracy in 4K, but then when it comes to stuff like 10K, for example, you would probably need the combo advantage, and that is exactly what capitalized for Baguette2Pain here, getting only 212 perfect ratio. So like, actually worse ratio in contrary to Draven here, as we can see, getting 6 greats and only 186 perfects. But because of the free misses alone, that is just what gave Baguette the lead and the first point here.
Correct, but there's also more to say. The fact that you mentioned Baguette2Pain's name as Baguette2Pain, I just love it. I think I've never heard anybody say that.
Oh wait, was I mispronouncing it?
You basically said to pain, and it's de pain, which is a bit hard, and I don't blame you, because that's a French nickname here.
Oh no! Oh my god.
It's okay. I mean, it's not easy every time. You know, sometimes I've seen nicknames in Japanese, nicknames in Chinese, or other languages, and I just mispronounce them. So it just happens. It's fine.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, that was very interesting indeed. I wanted to go back with the regulars, because the regulars were actually pretty close between the two of them. Honestly, they played it pretty well. If it wasn't for the miscounts, of course, Draven will have maintained the lead. And let's see the next pick. This time is going to be Draven's pick.
Yeah. I think, knowing Draven, I think it would probably be safer for them to try out, like, one of the maps from the lower key modes, but going for the 7K Rice, but that was already banned out, so that's not going to work in their favor. So, knowing them, I do think that they're probably going to go for a Rice map, most likely. Maybe something like 129 or Brain Fog, potentially. Or potentially Interlude as well, but... Oh no, they're going 7K LN. They're gonna go Diva Zaid.
Oh, right. Also, just noticed that both players are actually 7K mains as well. So that's gonna be interesting.
7K mains
and... thought that... Oh, go ahead, please.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, oh, sorry. 7K mains, and this is the only 7K map that they have at each other's disposal. Oh boy.
Yeah. And also, to remember correctly, the 7K Rice was banned by Baguette2Pain.
Yeah, it was.
So, honestly, not wrong at all to have banned, even if it's like the comfort zone for you to be a 7K, since the other player is also 7K main. Honestly, that was a good ban. So here we go on the 7K LN map. Divas Aid.
Indeed.
Right, Draven so far with the lead of 1%, Baguette2Pain already with a miss.
Yeah, so far, Baguette taking those drops early on in the map, that's going to give Draven the upper hand by just a bit, going through the introduction, making it into the first verse. So far, it seems like nothing on the side of Draven seems to be damaged so hard so far. So making it so far maintaining about 98% accuracy. The accuracy though is dropping, and it's dropped just below what Baguette's accuracy is, as Baguette is climbing their accuracy back up to the mid mark of the 98% accuracy, and Draven taking their first miss as well. That's just going to make things all the more turbulent on their side.
Indeed, that's getting actually pretty close. This was like the first misses Baguette2Pain is going to be missing here. But the accuracy is still on the advantage of Baguette, so he could make a comeback considering the accuracy, as long as they don't miss more. But Draven is going to be a bit more safe. We're talking about 10,000 points of difference right now. And we're reaching half of the song as well.
Yeah, so far, favors are looking very good in Draven's hands so far, making it over the 20,000 point mark. Baguette taking basically just chain missing on a lot of these coordination-oriented LN parents. Not looking too hot on these parents as well, so that is only going to make things all the more easier for Draven to snag this point as in counter to Baguette's 10k pick from earlier on.
Ooh, a miss here from Baguette2Pain. That's a bit sad, honestly. But happens. But yeah, there's already full advantage for Draven. I don't see how he can come back on the last quarter of the map, considering the increasing amount of LNs we're about to see on the chorus.
Yeah, absolutely. Divas Eat is definitely a map that becomes really technical the more you just go into it, knowing that it's mapped by Kobe and stuff. A very well-known mapper when it comes to the 7K demographic of things in the Mania community. And especially with that, going into this ending, there's only an eighth of the map left, but I doubt there is a chance for Baguette to just simply climb this point back just because of how large the margin has become, as the point lead is very far into Draven's area.
Yeah, good score for Draven. Good pick as well. And just one miss. Close to get a full combo here.
I can definitely see why Draven would have been a lot more comfortable when it comes to the 7K maps, but that is the only 7K map that was available in this map pool, so definitely a sensible choice from Baguette to make first things first, although now both the players are tied, and now it is down to Baguette to pick the next map, and they're gonna go 8K Rice. Oh boy. Yeah, that's going to be Disco Wo Sakura. This one is kind of a bit like technical or like straightforward in a way. It is the one map where it will involve the usage of the scratch key, so definitely something for both these players to take note of if they are comfortable, and if they aren't, then this is definitely to not be the most feasible situation for either of them, depending on how things turn out.
I'm not gonna lie, the only thing I commentate is the music so far, and I'll see about the map.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but of course, I mean, what can I say? I'm more of an entertainer when it comes to casters, so that's why if anybody is paired up with me, talking with the casters, well, feel free to go ham on the Mania knowledge, because what I have is like, you know, somewhat some knowledge about Mania, of course. I mean, I've been commentating last year some Mania stuff. This year, I also commentated a LAN tournament of Mania.
Oh,
French Mania tournament that happened in real life, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of my maps was used in a French LAN earlier. This might have been last year or this year, but I don't recall off the top of my head. But yeah.
Ah, amazing.
Yeah.
Alright, no, I'm liking what I see. So, we're beginning the map, and one of them is playing with Mirror. That's going to be Baguette2Pain. Curious to see why Mirror. I guess we'll find out what kind of pattern will be the cause for him to use Mirror.
It's mainly just jacks on the scratch key, but Draven takes some very early misjudgments, and also that miss as well, that is going to bring matters over to the side of Baguette2Pain for the time being. So far a very comfortable lead, but Baguette takes their first drop as well. Draven trades it back as well, so both players resetting their combos. No one at the combo cap right now. Draven takes yet another miss, although Baguette is still comfortable, but also on thin ice as well. It feels as if like just any like misjudgment on the side of Baguette2Pain is going to cost them the lead. Even if Draven has taken their fair share of misses right now, or at least like leading up to this point, which is already going into the back of the chart, there's still a lot of points left in the map. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Baguette taking those misses there, that's going to give the lead over to Draven.
Yeah, these are actually very, very finicky patterns, I'm not gonna lie. Like, just the introduction to half the map, there was some very interesting stairs, and the rest of the map is going to have a lot of nodes. Just look at the fact that we have 1/4 of the map left. I can't imagine the density we're going to see with all the nodes on the screen. Between the jacks and the stairs. Lots of trade, but Draven really took an advantage here. Having less miss than Baguette2Pain overall, Draven is just taking up this lead, increasing it. And that's it. Very short map. I don't think I've seen the length until now. I just realized it went very fast.
Yeah, I mean the map itself is really straightforward, and so is the song. So it definitely makes sense to just sort of think that it feels really short just before you see your life and realize, oh, that was actually 2 minutes? Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting song, I'm not gonna lie. It made me think of Multikey in terms of melody theme, pretty much.
Yeah, I understand. I can get by that.
Alright, let's see the next map. So 9kin. What will be 9kin? I don't know if he's talking about the 9K LN map. Oh, 9K LN. Okay, yeah, I was having a hard time seeing. So we're about to see somewhere I'd rather be, I think. No, brain?
No, brain fog. Brain fog.
Okay.
Yeah, so Draven winning that breakpoint off of Baguette2Pain's pick, that is only going to put them in a very good position now. They are now in the lead, 2-1 on their name. So now Brain Fog going to be the next map and the decider of who is going to, or whether Draven is going to be making it 3-1 or Baguette2Pain is going to be tying it once again. That's definitely going to be something that Baguette2Pain is going to need, especially going into this map. This is a 6K map. This is very stream and bracket heavy, as well as the mini jacks and rhythm changes here. So this is definitely going to be one map that is going to matter a lot here. One of the only other sort of straightforward maps that are remaining in the map pool for now.
So far, straightforward patterns on this intersection. Accuracy is very close between the two of them. Baguette2Pain still having the lead though. 0.1% of advantage.
Yeah, so far.
Ooh, yeah, there's quite some accuracy drop coming in from Baguette2Pain. Quite a good bunch of 200s. Ternary section here. And Draven holding very well. I don't think I've seen any 200s coming from Draven so far. Only Baguette2Pain. Oh, there's been a 50 from Draven. But still going to be very fine overall.
Yeah, so far everything's looking good, but Baguette2Pain going to be taking the first miss as well. That's only going to guarantee that lead for Draven going into the back half of the chart. So far, everything's been looking good. Baguette2Pain takes yet another shot, and that is only going to just solidify that lead for Draven for now. Going into the halfway mark of the map, you get yet another rhythm change course, and now you get some of these soft ajax. This is definitely one of the worst places to miss, especially for Baguette2Pain here. There's literally a lot of double staircases introduced into this section, and especially with the break here, I have a feeling there might not be any other chance or opportunity that Baguette2Pain is going to have to at least take some sort of moment to capitalize off of, to at least bring the score lead, to at least bring the scoreline back to their side, unless Draven starts missing as well on the final section where it introduces a lot of these brackets and mini jacks, so on.
Yeah, gonna be hard considering there's been so many jacks that Baguette2Pain missed earlier. So not sure. Oh yeah, there's almost 10 seconds left of the map as well. Looking at the time, first miss from Draven, not going to change much. The fact that it's going to be his point.
Yep. Just that final ending and
okay,
yeah.
that's where touch that.
Oh dear.
Okay, yeah, only one miss though. Very clean, honestly. And nice score as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with Draven making it 3-1 to them, it's going now. Baguette2Pain going to be taking the next pick as well. They're immediately going to be picking 4K LN, so it's going to be Resolver being brought into the limelight here. So this map, being the LN pick for the 4K department here in this map pool, it is arguably a lot more technical than most of the maps that we have seen so far. Maybe potentially contending against the 7K LN map that we have seen earlier in terms of technicality, but you sort of get the idea. So it definitely makes a little more sense for Baguette2Pain to sort of dwell into this field here. Although I'm not sure how that's going to turn out at the same time.
Yeah, the only thing I can say so far is regarding the 4K rank from the two players. Baguette2Pain has had a higher 4K rank than Draven in the past. So I'm going to, so far, expect Baguette2Pain to do better on the 4K maps. And maybe we'll pick 4K Rise, depending on the result of this match. I mean map, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely, and from what I can see here, looking over the scores from the qualifier results, it seems like Draven actually had the upper hand on the 4K qualifier map. So, although both these players are, I believe that like both these players are actually relatively close when it comes to 4K gameplay, at least. So,
yeah.
You can see here, going into this intro, Baguette takes the first drop that's going to give Draven a very early lead. That is not a good sign, but then again, this is very early into the map. So unless Baguette takes even more drops, then that is going to be rather problematic for them, as it is right now, with Baguette taking 2 more drops after that, one after another. That's only going to give Draven the upper hand here. Both players very, very low in accuracy. Just only around the 99 accuracy mark as we get into this columnar section, this pre-course here, before we really get into some of the souls that this map has to offer.
Like, this is definitely not an easy map as well. It's 3 minutes, almost 5-star as well. And considering the kind of map we see in 4K, that's generally pretty hard. You can see also a lot of short LNs as well. Silver David has had faster reactions than Baguette here on these LNs. But yeah, Baguette2Pain is actually getting higher accuracy right now, getting closer to 99%. This is looking pretty good for him. But it's really going to depend on how Draven is going to do, and if we're going to see misses from the player, because so far Baguette2Pain is the one missing, and that's not going to be helping, even if it means that you're increasing the accuracy.
Yeah, absolutely. Draven doing really well so far. So far, everything on Draven's side seems to be going really well. Not having taken like such a massive drop. It's really just the accuracy on the Ellens that is at least like where it basically just gives the idea that there could be some sort of weakness that Baguette could potentially capitalize off of if Draven does end up like, I don't know, missing somewhere in the final third of the map. But Baguette has taken so many drops throughout the map already that it feels like it's going to be such a tough challenge, especially with how technical this map is. Baguette in general not seeming so comfortable when it comes to a lot of these kinds in general, which are very technical. But Draven takes the first miss so far, going into the next course, which is going to introduce a lot of these spams, but Baguette trace it back once again. Draven already still in the upper hand, just climbing back to that combo cap, just already after that first drop. So that is not going to be looking good for Baguette right now.
Yeah, still close, I would say, but we're like less than a quarter of the map left, about 20 seconds left from the song. Right, a bit more lens, but yeah, I do think Draven is going to be taking on the point in this one. Both players have been doing pretty well as well, both above 900k over the score. And we're reaching match point for Draven. But also, yeah, can we look at the Regulars though from Baguette2Pain? There's quite a huge difference between him and Draven. Like, we're talking about 400 Regulars. But yeah, we've also seen earlier during the match, especially on the warm-ups, that Baguette2Pain has better accuracy with the lens compared to Draven. But sadly, the miscount really matters. So let's see, map 8 is the 5k map. I believe it's going to be the right map.
Yeah, Draven out for their potential final pickup match here. Well, none other than Interlude with 5 rights maps. So, this one's still kind of technical in a way, because of the fact that it's very heavily stream-oriented alongside the introduction of the overlay and alongside the inclusion of the space bar in the middle. That is definitely gonna like sort of set up like some sort of room for what could be kind of a dangerous map in general, whether we're gonna be seeing Baguette.
Sorry, just one thing. There's a bit of an issue. They don't understand us. The audio is messed up apparently.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, it's good? Okay, chat said it's good. Go ahead, please. There was an issue before, that's why.
Yeah, it might have been for another match, but yeah, so far, both players in a very comfortable position right now. No one has taken a single drop, and both players are just simply breezing through the patterns so far. Both players are almost at a very similar accuracy. They're Draven going to be taking a bit of an accuracy drop, but both players are just simply tied, and it's going to be Baguette taking the accuracy drops in question, as Draven is going to be taking on that match lead once again with the points once more, going about 5,000 points ahead as we introduce the aiming breaks here. Some of these bursts here, we see it great on the side of Draven, but so far it seems like nothing seems to be happening unless we see some kind of drop from Draven. Then this is going to be a really dangerous situation for Baguette here.
Yeah, this has actually been pretty close. Like, seeing how they play, it's really all been about the miscons more than anything through the whole match. We're getting very close to the end, and sadly, I don't think there's much notes left. And that's going to be it. Yeah, Draven is going to be taking the last point with this pick. Honestly, a banger of a song as well. Have to admit.
Yeah. But yeah, that is going to conclude Interlude. as we now transition into the next scene, which is going to be none other than Draven making out the round of 24 5-1 against Baguette2Pain. So a remarkable achievement from the side of Draven, advancing into the main bracket stage, going from the round of 16 onwards. Although I think it might be safe to at least look over who exactly Draven is going to be facing next week in the round of 16 when we get to it.
Sure, let's check the challenge link as well. So next opponent Draven is going to be facing is the seed number 3, Sonic 4.
Oh. Okay, that is definitely going to be a bit of a dangerous situation, but I'm going to be proven wrong. Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, it just reminds me, the Taiko World Cup this year, there's been a very interesting match because you had on the loser brackets seed 8 versus seed 19, and it's the seed 19 that won on the tiebreaker as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything can happen, even between seed 14 and seed 3, especially considering the way the tournament works, because mind you, there is a lot of maps, a lot of keys, and it's not always 4K or always 7K. So there can be a lot of strategy involved. So let's see.
Yeah. But yeah, Draven taking that first victory going into the round of 16 winners bracket, although we are going to be seeing Baguette2Pain going into the losers bracket as well. Going to be... okay, who are they going to be going up against? So...
For Baguette2Pain, so there's no opponent yet, I think. Let me see. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of match, so I guess we'll have to wait for the next opponent so far. No, wait. Okay, so they're going to be facing Sayo Batsu.
Oh, okay.
So seed number 22 against seed 19. This should be a very close match considering the seeds on the loser bracket. And I think we can conclude it here. So next match, do we have another match today?
You think so? Hang on.
Yeah, we do have one. So the next match is going to be at 18 UTC, and it's going to be Freak versus Keiko, commentated by Sonic 4, and the other match is going to be at 19 UTC, Tyronix versus Black 1, commentated by Pocket1. So yeah, that's about it. Any last words?
No, really. Keep on the watch for more streams, and we hope to see you around soon for more matches. Take care.
Alright, peace guys.